Hello, goddesses. Hello and welcome. I'm so happy to be here. I had some technical difficulties. I usually use my phone to come and chat with you and to step in. And then today I am going to do it on my computer so there's more room. So when I do this, you can actually see my hands instead of just seeing my hands when they stay here. And then I don't know what happened, but everything went on the computer. So I had to swipe that all out and bring in the new. And now I am back on my phone. So I apologize. I'll have to keep my hands here. So how are you all doing? It's so nice to see you. And I welcome you into this holistic guidance. We do this every week, and I am so excited about this week because we're going to touch on something that is really dear to my heart and my body, and very important, especially as we enter the perimenopause or the menopause or even the postmenopause age. Actually, it's important all the time, but even more so when we reach the midlife years, to make sure that we are feeling our optimal health, feeling energy, being able to sleep at night, having a body that we are vibing with and comfortable with, and so much more. So if you're jumping on live, say hello so I can see you and hold space for you. And if you're catching the replay, you know how it's done. Just say hello. Anyways, I will save space for you. And of course, if you have questions, you just jot them down in the comments and I will circle back and answer all of your comments. So for those of you who are new to me, welcome. My name is Isabelle. I am a certified naturopath and holistic life coach and master practitioner of NLP and timeline therapy. So I've been working out of my clinic for a few decades, and in this past year have chosen to go online so I can serve more beautiful midlife goddesses who are actually struggling physically and emotionally with different pains. Most of them, they think their cause is the menopausal years, but actually it lies somewhere else. But it comes out during these years. So what we want to do is offer you some tools, some strategies, and a community where we can get all this information so you can step into your full divine feminine power, enjoy your body fully, and have all this energy to enjoy everything that is so important in your life. So that is what we are doing. And today we're going to step into, like I said, a bracket that is so important. And of course, there is so much more than we're covering here, but it's just a little tidbit, a little thing that we can do right now to help support our bodies, and that is what we want to do. So maybe you're feeling like, oh no, I have menopause symptoms, right? Actually, you can. Right? It is possible. Like I said, as we age, things change, and your body as well. But the root cause doesn't come from the menopause symptoms or your age or anything like that. It is rooted somewhere else. So for those of you that don't know, my whole practice is based on traditional Chinese medicine. And when we see the symptoms show up here, the cause is never the same place as the symptom. The cause always originates somewhere else, right? So if you're getting symptoms like fatigue, palpitations, difficulty sleeping, vaginal dryness, weight around the middle area, anxiety, stress, these are all symptoms, but they don't stem from your age. They stem from somewhere else. And today, what I want to do is I really want to dive into one of those tiny little parts, not so tiny, but for today, we're going to just put in a nugget, something that you can apply right away so you start feeling better. So I want to share something with you that you might be surprised on. So many years ago, I thought I was suffering from depression, and I was pretty bummed out, and I was pretty negative, and this is before I took classes or knew any of this stuff. And I was like, I pretty much had all the symptoms of someone that was depressed. And I did some tests, I went to see some doctors, and nobody could find anything with my mind or with my emotions or even with my body, because I was getting upset stomachs all the time. I had acid reflux. I had a whole bunch of symptoms. And when I started learning all this stuff, so I learned all the NLP and the brain stuff, the mindset stuff first, and then I just graduated into a next level and went to learn everything about the physical body and how to heal it. And as I learned that, I then discovered that I had food allergies. And this particular food allergy, when I was able to take it out of my diet, the best thing happened. All of a sudden, I was not depressed anymore. So thinking that the symptom has the same cause is not quite accurate. Sometimes we're really surprised to find out that this symptom has this cause. And what we find when we use traditional Chinese medicine is this. And when we find this cause, we can actually bring some soothing relief and simple to integrate changes that make all these symptoms so much less. So can you imagine what happened to my life? It just kind of, all those feelings of depression, and I'm not saying that depression is only caused by food allergies. I'm not saying that at all. But I am saying is that when a symptom shows up in your body, we want to look at the bigger picture and not just your age. Menopause years, premenopause, menopause, postmenopause has nothing to do with your physical well-being. It has to do with other causes. So right here, right now, I want to talk about food. So if there are some symptoms that are showing up for you, a great place to start, and I know it's not a one-on-one, right? It's not a one-on-one coaching, and we're not in a specific program, and I haven't taken all your information and done a health assessment with you, but still, there is a little thing, a little nugget that you can apply right here, right now. So if you're up for it, I'm going to do it right along with you because I think it's great. It works wonderfully. I've done it so many times and it brings so much insight. So what you're going to do, and I want to hear or see in the comments, I'm doing it, right? So you can raise your hand, or you can do a thumbs up, or you can say, I'm participating. I want to know who wants to do this, and I'm going to do it alongside of you, and I want to know about the changes that just 1 week, one tiny little week will bring. All right, so we're doing 1 week. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to get a journal, and a journal can be a sheet of paper. It can be some kind of little list. It can be Post-its, but it needs to be easy enough for you to track it. I'm going to ask you to track everything that you eat, and we're going to go a bit deeper than that. Not just what you're eating, but what you're drinking or what you're putting in your mouth. So if you're eating candy, I want you to track it. I'm going to want you to track it, date, time, and let's see, emotion. Yeah, I'm going to want you to write a little column on emotion and let me know how you're feeling when you eat that particular item, thing, candy, or drink, or whatever. I want to know what's going on for you, and more importantly, I want you to know what's going on for you. All right, so if you're jumping on, say hello. Hello, Deanne, it's nice to see you. So we're halfway through, but I'm going to keep going here, and you can just circle back to the beginning and find out exactly what we're doing this week, because it's not just a little holistic guidance, it's a whole week thing that we're doing today. All right, so you're going to get a journal, and you're going to track everything that you eat, drink, and consume for that entire week. You're going to put the date, you're going to put the time, and you're going to put what it is, of course, and how you feel, maybe right after or a little bit after you've had it, right? So definitely you're going to feel very different if you, for example, have a cup of herbal tea and eat 3 chocolate bars, right? What you're going to be feeling in your body physically and in your emotions are not going to be the same thing. I want you to write that down, okay? Super important. You can also add details like, I ate this and it made me sleepy. I had this supper and it made me sleepy, and I had that supper and I felt super energized. I want you to take note of all these things. It can even be things like, I had this afternoon snack and all of a sudden I felt so focused and everything flowed. Or I had this afternoon snack and all of a sudden it was like this brain fog hat came down on my head and I couldn't think clearly, and one thought didn't flow to the next. So all this stuff, I want you to write it down. And after the week, I want you to take a highlighter or a different color pen, and you're going to circle everything that stands out to you, and you're going to see a trend. You're going to see the trend. When you eat at certain hours, or when you combine certain foods, or when you reach for a certain type of food, it's going to bring certain feelings, right? And I know, again, it's not a deep dive and it's not one-on-one, and we're not doing a health assessment together, but what I want you to start noticing is what you eat is much more a cause of how you look and feel than the midlife years, right? And that should be so very inspiring, knowing that bringing little tweaks and changes and modifications can change your whole entire life. Just like it did for me when I realized that a food allergy was behind the depression. Then I was able to take that food out. It did wonders for my brain. Can you imagine what it did for my emotions? I finally felt like a strong woman, complete woman, because I wasn't always challenged physically, mentally, and emotionally with things that were traumatizing my body. So when we speak of trauma, it's not always about physical abuse. If you're feeding your body something that is not helping it, not sustaining it, actually abusing your body, after a while, it becomes traumatic for the body. And it is part of your trauma that you're going to want to release during the midlife years, so it doesn't kind of pile up one on top of the other and bring on more symptoms. Does that make sense? Let me see some thumbs ups and some hearts if that makes sense to you. And I want to know if you're going to participate in this. It is amazing. And of course, if you kind of just do it, you might not have any insight. If you really do it, I promise you, you're going to have some insight and some gold nuggets that will help you with any kind of symptoms, physical or emotional, that you're living right now. It will help you get in the right direction and start embracing more energy and more calmness and better sleep and more inspiration and motivation and all that beautiful stuff. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you? Let me know if that makes sense. And I'm just looking here if there's something else that I want to add. Yes, I want to know who's going to do it. So I'm doing it this week because I don't need to do it because I know right away what it's going to be because I've been doing it for so many years. But I am still going to do it because if for no other reason, it keeps us accountable. And it gives us that extra nudge to reach for something that empowers our body and our mind instead of something that crushes it or drains it from energy, right? And basically, it's what we want. We want in any year of our life to feel great. We want to look at our body and be proud of our body and happy with it. And we want to love our hair and our nails. And we want to feel good in our mind, feeling clear, like the ideas are coming and they're flowing. And we want to feel a calm heart. And we want to feel connected to something more, to a community. It doesn't matter that we're 40 or 50 or 60 or 70 or 90 or more. We still want that. We're still complete, beautiful, divine women. And we still want that. So let's start integrating these little things bit by bit to really build that up. So Deanne says, I will do it. Starting when? Starting now. Okay, so we're doing it. We are Wednesday. And all depending what time zone you're in, it might be different for everyone. We're starting now. So the thing that we want to do is for you to get insight, right? If we're working together and we're doing a one-on-one and we're doing a health assessment, then you're doing it for you and for me because that'll give me a lot of information. So if you want to do that, right, I invite you to sign up for a Goddess Clarity session and we'll take some time together and we'll see where you're at and where you can go and how I can support you. And I'll actually put the link to my calendar in there and you can register for those. They're free. So we sit 20, 30 minutes together and we see where you're at and what you want. And I can help you more in that direction, right? And right now, this tiny beanie little challenge is just to get you more accountable to you. So you can clear some symptoms that you're not liking yourself, right? And really go to a cause because food is definitely a cause. Yes, when we work one-on-one, we go see the other causes. Food is definitely a cause. So right here, right now, you're going to jot down the date, what you're eating, what you're drinking, how it's making you feel physically, emotionally, your mindset. Is it making you feel bummed out or sad, right? Because some food does that. I want you to write all that down. And then at the end of the week, let's say next Wednesday, I want you to look at everything that you've written in only 1 week. Circle everything that stands out to you and commit to bringing some small change. I didn't say take anything else. Taking anything out. I said commit to bringing a change in the cause so the symptom will disappear. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. I would love to hear if you're in. I know Dan is in. I am in also. I'd love to know if you are in. Let us know. We're going to encourage each other because it's so much easier when we're doing it, all of us. We can come back in the group and say, yeah, I did it. I did my daily journal, food journal, and I'm learning so much. Or, oh my goodness, I've discovered this. And we're going to allow it to flow. All right. So let me know how that is for you. I hope it is useful and I look forward to hearing from you. And I will add the link to my agenda if you want to dive more deeply and get some more information on how you too can feel absolutely fantastic in this beautiful body at the specific time in your life. And I will see you very soon. Sending love and many blessings, and I will see you very soon. Bye for now.